Today, we're going to talk about a case that's been haunting China's social media and news outlets, the Luo Shuaiyu incident. This case has triggered widespread public outrage and suspicion, not just about the tragic death of a young medical intern, but about the deep-rooted corruption and moral decay within parts of China's medical system. At the heart of it all is a question we still can't answer with full certainty. Did Luo Shuaiyu take his own life, or was he silenced for what he discovered? Let's start with what we know. Part 1. Who was Luo Shuaiyu? Luo Shuaiyu was a graduate student from Sichuan, interning at the Second Xiangya Hospital in Hunan, one of China's top medical institutions. On May 8, 2024, he fell to his death from a tall residential building near where he rented. The local police quickly ruled it a suicide. At first, his father accepted this explanation. The hospital offered a payment of 853,000 yuan, claiming it was for humanitarian reasons. The case appeared to be closed, but things didn't end there. Part 2. A computer, a discovery, and a shocking trail. After retrieving his son's belongings, Luo Shuaiyu's father noticed something strange. All data on his son's laptop had been deleted. Curious, he took it to a repair shop to recover the files, and what he found would change everything. Inside were over 100 audio recordings, financial transfer records, notes on internal hospital operations, evidence of medical malpractice and potential criminal activity. The father was stunned. As he combed through the data, one conclusion became hard to ignore. His son may not have committed suicide. He may have been murdered because he knew too much. Part 3. The dark secrets of a prestigious hospital. From the recovered data, several shocking allegations emerged. 1. Medical malpractice in surgery. In one recording, Luo Shuaiyu asked a senior doctor why a patient's healthy intestine had been cut. The response? We had no other choice. There was no money. Whether the patient lives or not depends on fate. This wasn't a slip of the tongue. There were multiple similar conversations, implying a disturbing pattern of unnecessary surgeries being performed, possibly to extract insurance money or cover up errors. 2. Organ transplant irregularities. In his files, Luo documented 50 kidney transplant cases, raising major red flags. The ethics committee signatures all looked like they were forged by the same person. One case involved a 14-year-old girl named Wu. When the father called the listed contact number, the person who answered wasn't Wu or a relative, it was someone named Xai. Why was a non-relative listed as the contact for a minor organ donor? Even more alarming, there were suggestions in the recordings that some donors might not have even been brain dead at the time of the operation. 3. Money laundering through internship accounts. Over 3 years, the hospital transferred over 400,000 yuan to Luo's account, an absurd amount for an intern. Of that, most was transferred back to the head nurse. This wasn't a stipend. It looked like the hospital was using Luo's identity to evade taxes or to create an off-the-books slush fund, a common trick in some public hospitals. Luo's own tax return showed he was used to bear the burden of these funds legally, while the money was circulated to unknown recipients. Part 4. The official response. In August 2024, Luo's father began filing formal complaints, asking for a reinvestigation of his son's death, demanding a criminal investigation into Xiangya Second Hospital. He received no support. The Hunan police stood by their original suicide ruling. Appeals, administrative reviews, nothing changed. His case materials were ignored. Until, that is, May and June 2025, when he started publishing the recordings online. Public reaction exploded. Part 5. A nation reacts. Netizens were furious. They heard clips where doctors casually discussed mutilating patients. They saw possible evidence of a black market for organs operating behind the scenes of a top-tier hospital. Under mounting pressure, authorities formed a joint investigation team in June 2025. It included police, the Provincial Health Commission, and the hospital itself. On June 13th, they published a detailed 1,000-word report. But here's the problem. The report focused overwhelmingly on proving that Luo Shuaiyu committed suicide. It didn't address most of the explosive contents in his recordings or recovered documents. Part 6. Did Luo commit suicide? Let's talk about that conclusion. The police reconstructed the scene of the fall. Luo jumped from the rooftop of a 48-meter-high building. He cleared a wall, crawled through a hole, and leapt. The most compelling physical evidence: no one else's footprints were found in the area. The physics of the jump also showed he leapt with a forward speed of 1.26 meters per second, which suggests voluntary movement. not being pushed. So far, so good. But critics, including Luo's father, pointed out inconsistencies. The fall trajectory seemed odd. Luo allegedly fell 4 meters out and then bounced to 7 meters, a strange arc for a body falling from such a height. His glasses were found broken. The police claimed this was from a past incident, but skeptics suspected a struggle. The police's explanation is technically plausible, but the timing and background made it hard for the public to accept at face value.
Part 7. Why the public doesn't believe it. Let's be honest. Many people don't believe the suicide narrative. Not because of the physics, but because of what Luo discovered. And more importantly, because of who was involved, a name that sends chills down people's spines, Liu Xiangfeng.
Part 8. Enter the Devil Doctor in 2022. Dr. Liu Xiangfeng of Xiangya Second Hospital was arrested for horrifying crimes. He took over 3.5 million yuan in kickbacks, performed unnecessary surgeries on patients without cancer, moved healthy organs including kidneys, skin, and pancreas, pressured families into expensive treatments through fake diagnosis, was sentenced to 17 years in prison.
But here's the twist. No one else from his department was arrested.
Not the operating room nurses, not the pathology department staff, not the billing personnel. A single surgeon cannot fake pathology reports, insert kidney stones, or bill millions alone.
The public suspected a network of complicity and a protection mechanism shielding them. That's where Luo Shuaiyu comes in. He worked in the kidney transplant department and had access to sensitive records.
Was he one of the few who saw behind the curtain?
Part 9. What the report left out. Despite the length of the official report, it ignored key allegations, organ donor irregularities. Luo's report questioned the legality of some donors.
One of them, a 14-year-old, had suspicious contact information. The police said the procedures were legal, but never explained the mismatch.
Money laundering and tax evasion. The report admitted the hospital transferred 330,000 yuan to Luo, but Luo's father provided evidence showing it was over 400,000 yuan.
Why the discrepancy? Why was that money then transferred to the head nurse? Omitted recordings. One of the most disturbing clips included the line, "We had to cut the good intestine, the rest is up to fate." The report claimed this was taken out of context, but never reviewed the full conversations or published transcripts.
Part 10. What's really at stake? Let's pause and reflect. Even if Luo committed suicide, the real scandal isn't his death, it's why he might have wanted to die. He was an intern thrust into a hospital mired in corruption.
He may have discovered things that no student should have to face, and when he reported them,
no one understood if the hospital did misuse his identity for illegal transfers. And if he was silenced to protect that system, then his death becomes a mirror for the failings of an entire medical institution.
Conclusion. A bigger truth. So what's the truth?
Did Luo Shuaiyu jump?
Likely, yes.
Was he pushed emotionally, morally, psychologically?
Absolutely. Does his death uncover deeper systemic rot?
Without a doubt. This is not just about one intern.
It's about a system that may incentivize cover-ups, silence whistleblowers, and prioritize profit over patients.
And if we look away now, we risk telling every future Luo Shuaiyu, "Don't speak up.
No one will protect you." Thank you for watching.